Hey everyone, RobloxDev here, back with another one where today we learn about events. So let's get right into it. So to start off, just in case you guys have this little thing where it's like, all of this is like it pops over, click this arrow right here. I remember that being an issue for me back then. So anyway, to get started, we're gonna insert a part into our workspace. So there's our lovely part. And we're gonna also insert a script into the server script service. And we're gonna call this one events, because today we're learning about events. So let's get right into this one. The first thing I want to show you guys is the object browser. You could obviously go to the Roblox Dev forum, but this is just a way to do it within Studio, and it's pretty simple. I've used it before, if you're not sure about anything. So to get started, go to the left side, which is the object list, and find part right here. And then from there, these are all the properties, right? We learned how to change these, right? All the blue brick ones. And then today we're looking at the lightning symbol ones. All of these. So as you can see, there's a bunch, but today we're focusing on touched right here. So basically, if anything ever touches this part, whether it be another part, whether it be the base plate, it fires off an event, and that event is called triggered. And what you can do in a script is listen for if the part fires off the event that says triggered. So if the part says that touched event has been triggered, the script can read that, right? And then the script can do something based on that. The script can also get who touched it and all of that really cool stuff. So to get started, I'm just going to teach you guys about players a little bit. So in this player list, I have my player, I have the backpack, I have everything on my screen, the GUI, all of that stuff. Like if I do hi, okay, bubble chat, there's no bubble chat right now, but that's fine. Like the chat frame and everything, right? So this is like my player, all the player scripts. So this is my player, right? But there's also, how I said that everything you can see is in the workspace? Your player is in the workspace right here. Look at that. So this player isn't also in the this player is in the workspace right now. And like I can move around and all of that. So basically there's R15 and R6, as I'm sure you know. So this is an R15 player. There's 15 body parts, right? That's why R15 is a lot more like advanced looking. Like, it animates a lot more. And R6 only has 6 body parts, as you may have guessed by now. So that's just how Roblox got more advanced. So anyway, basically, instead of torso, R6 only has 1 torso body part. R15 has lower torso, and it also has the upper torso, right? For example, like right lower arm, right arm, right hand. All of that is R15, but R6 only has right arm. So basically, that's just the difference, and this is the actual player. Like, if the player were to touch a part, the part would fire off the event saying that one of the right foot or anything touched me like that. So I'll explain what I mean here. So first, let's just create our variables. So local part equals game. So this full game here, dot workspace, dot part, and in here what we're gonna do is we're gonna do part dot. And now if you scroll down till you see the lightning symbols, these are all the events that the part fires, right? When any of these events take place. And if you want to see when these events take place, you can go to the object browser and find out. So touched is basically just when it gets touched. So part dot touched right here, colon connect. Okay, this one you guys gotta get really used to. I haven't taught it yet, but basically when the part is touched, you can connect a function to it. So when the part is touched, I can run a function, right? And we already learned what functions are. But if you don't already have a function made, which is usually the case, what you do is you type function, right? And then you just do this. So it's part.touched connect, and then a left bracket, function, and then 2 brackets right there, and then enter. Remember we learned about parameters as well earlier? In this bracket, you can put parameters. For example, one of the predefined parameters that come with a touch function is hit. So if we were to do print hit, this is actually a really cool experiment you can do. Print hit. What this does is when I touch it, it's gonna print what touched it. So right foot, left foot, right lower leg. As you can see, this event got fired a lot. As you can see, it gets fired many, many times. Look at that. right? So what we also can do here is hit dot parent. So you guys can try this out. I recommend you do this along with me. Type print hit dot parent in the same script, and as you can see, it printed workspace because it touched the workspace, and that's basically, it printed workspace because it printed what it touched, and then its parent. So it touched the base plate, and then it looked at the parent, which is workspace, and printed it. So it's printing out your username now, as you can see, and that's because this player model here, all these parts in it, they're touching it, and it's going to the part's parent, and it's printing the parent. So now we can get the part that touched it and the parent's name. So for that, I'm going to do hit. Remember, we did learn concatenation, so we can do hit dot dot, and in here we can do and space and dot dot hit dot parent, and I'm gonna have to do name because I'm doing a lot more stuff in here, right? Because it's gonna get hit, like it's gonna get the part, and it's not gonna get the name. When it was alone, it was fine. So base plate and workspace, that kind of goes to show it touched the base plate touched the part, and then it printed and the hit's parent. So the hit was the base plate, the parent. So watch what happens when you touch it. It's gonna get whatever body part touched it and your username, because it gets the body part that touched it, and it's gonna print the body part that touched it, and it's also gonna print the body part that touched its parent. So a bit of a tongue twister, I guess. As you can see, that's pretty cool. I also recommend you try this out while I'm going. Just pause the video, have a go at it. It's really fun. So that's how hit works. And so what we're gonna do now is, when the part is touched, you can do anything, right? When the part is touched, I can literally do anything. Like if I wanted to do game.workspace.baseplate.anchored, equals false. What this does is it makes the base plate false. I mean, it makes the base plate, yeah. Oh, whoops. Because the brick itself touched the base plate. So we're going to put it a bit up in the air and do anchored. So now nothing is going to touch it unless I go and touch it. And so what happens here is, when I touch it, it didn't go up, but the base plate fell down, as you can see. Anyway, so from here, what we can do is we can also make the part itself. So we can do part.anchored, why is it giving me this? Anchored equals false. And what this does is essentially just makes the part fall. So if I touch it, it falls. It fell instantly. Let's kind of make it wait here. So we can just do like wait like 0.1 second. We also learned about wait before. I'm trying to go with only stuff that you guys have learned to make this really simple and make scripting fun to learn and easy to learn and learnable. So when I touch it, it falls. So that could probably be used for like an obby game or something. For example, let's get a spawn point in through the model tab. Place this here. And then from there, what happens is we go here, and then you can jump on here. Then what happens is we spawn here, and then you jump here, and it's gonna wait a second or 0.1, then it's gonna fall. So this should probably be like a little obby. I touch it and it falls. So like, you could probably like duplicate it, move it, and then we could just change the name so it doesn't get confused, like part 2. Hit play and see what happens. We spawn here, touch it and go. There we go. I guess it just didn't register the touch. Weird, because it usually over registers it, as you saw. You can't really call that over registered. It registered it properly. So that's the touched event, and there's many more events. They work in the same way. When the event happens, you can do something with it. So if you just look on the dev forum, it'll teach you about the built-in parameter that came with the event. It'll also teach you things you can do with the event, and from there, whatever happens when the event is fired, you can do anything in here. For example, shop GUIs. like in a simulator game when you touch the shop part and the shop comes up on your screen. This is one of the ways to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something. Events are really cool, really common as well. So let me know if there's anything I can do to improve these videos for you. I heard my mic was a little bit bad in the last video, so I did try to fix it. I hope you guys learned something from these tutorials, and I hope they're easy to follow. Thank you for watching.